welcome back to Astrovision, Spirituality, and Tarot. Now, before we jump into the video, press the like button and subscribe as well because that does help with my videos resurfacing through the algorithm, and I very much so will appreciate that. Now, we're going to be discussing Leo and Scorpio, the compatibility between these two. How do they work as friends? How do they work as lovers? So, Leo and Scorpio, naturally in astrology, squares each other. Now, the squares in astrology represent challenges. They can represent difficulties. They also can represent where we're impulsive, so we'll be more prone to being reactive. And you'll see that with Scorpios and Leos, these two people can have a very tug-of-war type of relationship. The relationship can be difficult. Leos more so are ruled by the sun, so they're attention-seeking type quality. These people are courageous. These people are confident. And on the opposite side of that, you have Scorpio, who is another confident energy as well, but this energy's confidence is silent. So a Scorpio, they're full aware within themselves that they can go into a room and get the same amount of attention that a Leo can. And that's why you can see this relationship being somewhat of a power type dynamic. It will have a lot of power struggles within it, but it could be somewhat of a power couple. So when these two people come together, when a Leo gets involved with a Scorpio, Leo is already on full display. Leo has everything out there, and that's a difficulty for Scorpio. Scorpio likes to investigate. Scorpio likes to get to the deepest, darkest places within someone's mind. They love guilty pleasures, they love mystery, and they love investigating. And so with Leos, since they are very egotistical, they're very, they have a downside of being narcissistic. They can have a big tendency of putting everything on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to their partnerships, their friendships, and their relationships, these people can be very prideful about that. So they'll love to share, and Scorpio has to deal with investigation. They don't like shallow waters, and that is how they can see Leo. They can see Leo as being too shallow. Everything's at the surface. There's no depth here. And it can result in a lot of power struggles within this relationship because Leo is going to be very territorial over their position within maintaining the attention in the relationship. And Scorpio is going to be focused on them having their independence and also being somewhat dominant. So Scorpio for sure will be able to kind of step on Leo's toes a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now, just think of an eclipse, you know what I'm saying? Think of an eclipse and how the sun gets blocked by the moon for a little bit. It gets blocked by the moon. That can happen with the energy of Scorpio. Scorpio definitely can eclipse Leo at times and be more dominant, but it will be subtle because, again, Leo is very territorial. They have big egos. These people are very prideful, and this is where a lot of arguments can come into play, a lot of physical violence, a lot of verbal disagreements, a lot of verbal arguments, and that is mainly due to these two zodiac signs squaring each other. They both are very powerful energies, due to these signs being of a fixed energy. So these signs are difficult to change. They're some of the most difficult signs to change out of the zodiac. And when we're discussing the fixed signs, we're discussing Taurus, we're talking about Aquarius, we're talking about Leo and Scorpio. And so you'll notice that with these four signs, you cannot change their minds. You cannot persuade them to do anything that they do not want to do and to step outside of what is considered to be their comfort zone. So when it comes to Leo and Scorpio getting involved as friends or lovers, Scorpio will not appreciate Leo having to always put everything on display, and Leo will not appreciate Scorpio wanting to keep things a secret and wanting to have privacy within their relationship. So this is where these two can clash because Scorpio enjoys mystery. They enjoy keeping things for themselves and having a more private life. When we're discussing, sex and all of that stuff in the relationship, Scorpio and Leo can have some amazing sex that is very performative, very performative. Leo will deliver every single time. You know, Leos are known for having a signature style that is their own thing. It's kind of unique to them. So since Leo does oppose Aquarius, they can kind of have a signature style that's unique to them. You know what I'm saying? Or it can be something that they're known for and it gets them a lot of attention. So when we're talking about the bedroom, Leo can have a signature, move in the bedroom that Scorpio really likes and they can be obsessed with it. And Scorpio can be intrigued with it. But again, the downside of this is that Leo can be very performative and that signature move that they are doing is probably the only thing that they're really good at. So when it comes to different moves in the bedroom, different sexual positions, they may have like a few that they're really good at, and Scorpio can get bored easily. Scorpio can get bored with Leo, and I'm sorry to say it, but it's true because Scorpio is the sign of sex. This energy embodies promiscuity, and this energy embodies the taboo, and so Scorpios definitely can rival Leo in the bedroom, and that's due to Leo being a little narcissistic. These people have big egos, so they can expect for their partner to pleasure them, or they can expect their partner to get used to the lovemaking that's going on. So a Leo can just get used to their signature move, and it's just not enough for a Scorpio. A Scorpio is going to want more. And again, Leo is like shallow waters to them. So they know what they're going to get. They know what they can expect. And again, these people, when they argue, when they fuss, when they fight, the sex can be good because this energy is very forceful. It's that kind of sex where it's pain with the pleasure. These people can be choking each other out, being all aggressive and violent. These people can be very animalistic in sex. They can go from having a fight to kissing and making up and ripping each other's clothes off and getting it on and popping. That's how they can give it up. But at the same time, this relationship is a very challenged one. And unless you're a Scorpio who has Leo intercepting your 7th house or maybe your 5th house, and your 5th house has some other planets in it to mute this energy down and tone it down to where you can compromise with this Leo energy, and vice versa for you Leos. If you don't have any, Scorpio energy in your 7th house intercepting or, starting at your 7th house or even your 5th, it can create some troubles for you, especially if there's no other planets in those houses to kind of debilitate this energy and mute it down a little bit so it's not too turned up. Because if it's just too turned up, your arguments will be amplified, the aggressiveness within the relationship will be amplified. Scorpios are known for being controlling, but Leos can be territorial, so you guys will maintain this strong will within this relationship to be independent, and it just will not work, especially because Leo can be very loud, they're aggressive, and when they are arguing, they let everybody know. So if you're in an apartment building, if you're in the car, these are the type of people to be yelling, and everybody's gonna eventually catch on to what's going on, and eventually eyes are gonna be placed upon you guys, and with Scorpio, they're more secretive, so these people can be passive aggressive, they can be emotionally manipulative, and they definitely can have their direct moments and their days of being direct. But again, Scorpio is more secretive. And that's another downside, is that Leo actually is loyal. And Scorpio can be loyal too, but Scorpio is very secretive and sneaky. So these people can cheat, especially since Leo just puts it all out there. They're loud and proud with it, and they're very prideful with it. And so Scorpio can get what they want from Leo and go on to the next. And they may still be hooked because that Leo energy is very magnetic. It pulls you in. It's ruled by the sun. So Scorpio can still be hooked onto Leo, but at the end of the day, they can just see Leo as shallow, and they can move on to deeper waters and go on to something that's more intriguing for them, something that's more of a mystery, something that they have to really seep their veins into. You know, that Scorpio energy is all about being somewhat of a parasite, or being a trauma bandit, someone of a vibrational vampire. So Leo is not going to let Scorpio absorb their energy, their light. They're going to stand firm within maintaining their independence, and they vocalize this throughout the relationship. But again, this relationship can be a powerful one. It can be very magnetic. Your presence in the public can be strong. You know, people recognize you, people respect you, especially if your boyfriend is a Scorpio. People are going to be prone to respecting that Leo if she's a woman, if it, you know, however your relationship works. The respect will be given due to the simple fact that these two energies demand it. So, as parents, as partners, as friends, people will be prone to turning their heads, breaking their necks to look at you guys, and they'll be, you know, amazed at how your union works, because they'll notice that the woman talks to the man similar to how the man talks to the woman, and they will notice that you guys, they may notice that your love exchange, how you guys, you know, communicate within love is very tough, and it's very sharp, and it's kind of damaging, it's kind of traumatic, and people will notice, like, dang, how do these two talk to each other like that and lay up in their house together? Like, and then people are like, dang, how are these two reconciling right after she just ran over his foot, threw all his clothes, all his fresh pair of shoes out on the lawn, bleached them, and called his mom a bitch? How are they back together cool? You know, they're going to be like, how are these two back together when he just cheated on her, got a secret baby out on the streets, you know, she just found out, now she playing stepmom? How are these two back together? You know, it's that type of union. This can go on, but I would not recommend a Leo and a Scorpio getting together, out of the simple fact that it can produce a lot of battle scars, a lot of trauma, and Scorpio can really treat Leo like an object or like a trophy wife, you know, something to take out on the town, and they'll treat their Leo partner as if they're something to celebrate or decorate, but then they can get bored and put them back on the shelf. And with Leo, they can have a lot of trust issues towards Scorpio, you know, especially when they're letting Scorpio have their independence, and Scorpio is being overly secretive and overly mysterious. This is going to frustrate Leo, and this is going to cause Leo to react. They're going to have an impulse to get angered and to get agitated, and again, this can result in physical violence. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to end it here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Again, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.